What's up, guys? How's everybody doing today? Hope y'all are doing good. We're here. We're going to do another court. This is Clayton County. This is a different judge. So we're going to check this one out, see what's going on with this guy. He looks pretty interesting, so we're going to see if we like him or not. I think we will. We'll see. I don't know. I haven't watched this yet. So we're going to watch this all together, guys. All right? All right. Let's go and do this. Here we go.
Present.
Okay, Miss Holloway, I see you're in a separate window there. Okay, can you state your full name for me, Miss Holloway?
Katrina, Katrina, middle name Faye, last name Holloway.
Okay, Miss Holloway, you have been charged with 2 offenses, and I will tell you the bond amounts on each one. The first offense is a felony offense, false statements, violation of OCGA 161020. Which is knowingly and willfully falsifying, concealing, or covering up by any trick, scheme, or device a material fact, making a false, fictitious, or fraudulent statement or representation, knowing the same to contain any false, fictitious, or fraudulent statement or entry. The bond on that charge will be $5,000. The second offense is a misdemeanor offense, and that is false report of a crime, a violation of OCGA 161026, which is willfully and knowingly filing or causing a false report to be given to any law enforcement officer or agency of the state.
Oh, I see what happened.
The bond amount for that offense will be $3,000. So your total bond this morning comes to $8,000. I've scheduled a preliminary hearing for you that's going to take place on February the 20th at 8:30 a.m. And that hearing will be held over Zoom, over the computer, just like this one. And I have not received an application for a court-appointed attorney. Did you fill one out this morning?
I don't need a court-appointed attorney.
Okay, you plan on hiring your own attorney?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'll indicate that on the form. Do you have any questions for me?
Can I waive the preliminary hearing?
Because this is a felony charge, I would rather you talk to your attorney first, okay? And it may be something that your attorney may give you some advice on that. So we'll go ahead and leave it on the calendar, but for now. So, okay, that'll be everything for you this morning. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay, let me move to the female side here. Okay, good morning, ma'am. Can you state your name for me?
Good morning. My name is Shamika Bentley.
Okay, Miss Bentley, you have one charge. That is criminal damage in the 2nd degree. The bond amount for that charge is $3,000. That comes with a special condition that while out on bond or until another judge changes your bond conditions, you are to stay away from and have no contact with the alleged victim, Raheem Bryant. I've scheduled a preliminary hearing for you that will take place on February the 20th at 8:30 a.m. and that hearing will be held over the computer, just like this one. And I have received an application for a court-appointed attorney. Would you like me to review that to see if you qualify for one?
Yes.
Okay.
This guy's kind of more laid back.
You do qualify for a court-appointed attorney, so I will put in an order this morning appointing one for you.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
This woman does not look happy.
Good morning. Can you state your name for me, ma'am?
Latoya Fuller.
All right. Okay, Ms. Fuller, you have been charged with 3 offenses. The first offense is contributing to the deprivation of a minor. That has a bond amount of $2,000. Second charge is criminal trespass. That has a bond amount of $1,500. And the third charge is obstructing an officer. That has a bond amount of $2,000. So when we add all of those up, your total bond this morning comes to $5,500. Let's see. The alleged victim here is your daughter. You and your daughter live at the same residence.
She's at her dad's.
Oh, she
I'm
lives
sorry,
with
can you
dad.
say it again?
Yes.
She lives there as well. Okay. So you'll need to, because of the nature of the charges, you're going to need to stay away from your daughter until your case is over or another judge changes your bond conditions. Okay. Can you spell your daughter's name for me?
MALAYAH. Smith, SMITH.
Can you spell her first name one more time?
MALAYAH.
Okay. Nalaya, is that how you pronounce it? How do you pronounce her name?
Malaya.
Oh, M. I'm sorry, I put N. Malaya. Okay.
Malaya.
All right. So I'm going to put a condition here. You have to, for the time being, stay away from your daughter. But I'll put a condition that says if you have personal items there at the home that you would need while you're out on bond, you can schedule since she is also there at the home, you can schedule a time with the sheriff's office within the first 10 days of your release, and they will give you a date and time that you can go to the property, get what personal items you need while this bond condition is in
Is that
place.
guy sleeping down there?
Without violating your bond order. These are all misdemeanor offenses. Would you like me to schedule a preliminary hearing, or do you want to waive the right to a preliminary hearing? All right. We're going to schedule your preliminary hearing for February the 21st at 8:30 a.m. And that hearing will take place over the computer, just like this one. And I have received an application for a court-appointed attorney. Would you like me to review that to see if you qualify for one?
Yes.
All right. Okay, I find that you do qualify for a court-appointed attorney, and I will put the order in this morning to have an attorney appointed to represent you. Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Okay, good morning. Can you state your name for me, ma'am?
Christian Johnson.
Okay, Ms. Johnson, you have one charge, and that's battery. The bond amount on that is $3,500. That comes with a special condition that while out on bond, you are to stay away from and have no contact with the alleged victim, Trinity Hightower. Do you and Trinity Hightower live at the same address?
That's my niece. I was staying there, but they allowed me to move my things before they arrested me, so I had no reason to go there.
Okay, all right. This is a misdemeanor offense. Would you like me to schedule a preliminary hearing, or do you want to waive the right to a preliminary hearing? Okay, we're going to schedule your preliminary hearing for February the 21st at 8:30 a.m. And that hearing will take place over the computer, just like this one. And I have received an application for a court-appointed attorney. Would you like me to review that to see if you qualify for one?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Wow, what happened to his... You must have just turned the
All right,
light
give me
on
just
or
a
something.
moment here. Okay, I find that you do qualify for a court-appointed attorney, and I will put the order in this morning to have one appointed to represent you.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Let's see, what's this lady gonna be in for? What do you got think she's gonna
Just
be in
one
for?
moment here.
Looking at her, theft. I'm gonna say she's a shoplifter. She doesn't really look like a shoplifter, though. I don't know. Maybe shoplifting.
Okay. Okay, can you state your name for me, ma'am?
Good morning, Cynthia Rivas.
Ms. Rivas, do you understand English or do you need a translator?
No, in Spanish, please.
In Spanish? Okay. All right, Ms. Tolles.
Driving on now, I think she's gonna be driving
Let's
without a
see.
license.
Ms. Rivas, you have been charged with one offense.
Buenos días, señora Rivas. Se me imputa un delito,
That is simple battery.
Oh, battery.
es violencia simple.
The bond for that amount is $3,500.
La fianza para esta infracción es $3,500.
Okay.
That comes with a special condition that you are to stay away from and have no contact with Marta Uzka.
Y conlleva una condición especial, que no se acerca ni tenga ningún contacto con Marta Uska.
If that prevents you from returning to your home, and if you have items there that you need, you can contact the sheriff's office.
Si esa condición especial le impide volver a su casa y ahí están las cosas que usted necesita, puede comunicarse con la oficina del sheriff.
And you would need to do that within the first 10 days of your release.
Lo tendrá que hacer en los primeros 10 días de haber salido en libertad bajo fianza.
And they would schedule an appointment to allow you to come back to the property, get what items you need while you're out on bond without violating your bond order.
Y ellos con usted van a programar una cita para permitirle ir a la propiedad, recoger las pertenencias que necesita tener mientras está en libertad bajo fianza.
Okay.
This is a misdemeanor offense.
Esta es un delito menor.
Would you like me to schedule a preliminary hearing, or do you want to waive the right to a preliminary hearing?
Señora, ¿quiere que yo le programe la audiencia preliminar o prefiere renunciar su derecho a la audiencia preliminar?
¿Puedo hacer una pregunta?
May I ask a question?
Yes.
Sí, señora.
¿Cuál es la diferencia de la audiencia preliminar con la otra audiencia?
What is the difference between the preliminary hearing and the other hearing?
Okay, the preliminary hearing is just to determine if there's enough evidence to keep holding you in jail until your trial.
La audiencia preliminar es solamente para
So he explains it. The other judge doesn't explain it.
Para mantenerlo detenido hasta el juicio.
What we can do is go ahead and schedule a preliminary hearing, and then that would give you time to get some legal advice about whether to waive it or have the preliminary hearing.
Lo que podemos hacer es ya programar su audiencia preliminar. Con eso tendrá tiempo para tener un asesoramiento legal y determinar si prefiere renunciar a la audiencia o tenerla.
Okay. So would you like me to go ahead and schedule the preliminary hearing?
Entonces, ¿quiere que le programe la audiencia, señora?
Y si pago el bond, ¿se puede hacer eso siempre o ya queda todo ya normal?
And so if I pay the bond, can I still do that, or
So
is it all the same?
if you bond out, the preliminary hearing would automatically be canceled, and you would be mailed a notice to appear for your next hearing,
Here's
where
what I
you would plead
understand.
guilty or not guilty.
She knows about bonds
Si
and
sale
bonding
libertad
out,
bajo fianza,
right?
entonces la audiencia
But yet she
preliminar
can't
se
speak
cancela
English.
automáticamente y le enviará por correo
I just
la
feel
notificación de
people
su
should learn to
próxima
speak
audiencia,
the language
en
in
la cual
the area
usted
that
se
they're at.
declarará culpable o no.
Okay.
Okay. So I will schedule your preliminary hearing for February the 21st.
Entonces le voy a programar la audiencia preliminar para el 21 de febrero
And that will be at 8:30 a.m.
a las 8:30 de la mañana,
And it will take place over the computer, just like this one.
que se llevará a cabo por computadora, igual que esta audiencia.
If you are able to bond out before then the hearing would be canceled.
Y si sale bajo fianza antes de la fecha de la audiencia preliminar, se cancelará.
Okay. ¿Cuándo es la otra corte?
No wonder this is why this video
And
is so
when
long. This
is the
judge,
other court date?
I do not have that information yet.
the judge is so
Todavía no tengo
slow.
esa información, señor.
Oh, bien.
Okay. And give me just a moment.
Permítame.
Ms. Rivas, would you like to see whether you would qualify for a court-provided attorney?
Señora, quisiera ver si cumple los requisitos para un abogado nombrado por el tribunal.
Perdón, ¿no escuché bien?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear that well.
Okay. Would you like me to see whether you would qualify for a free attorney?
Quisiera que yo determine si usted cumple los requisitos para un abogado gratis.
Si lo necesito, tal vez le diría a mi familia que pongan uno.
If I need one, maybe I'll tell my family to get one for me.
Okay. So do you plan on hiring your own attorney?
Entonces está planeando contratar a su propio abogado.
Sí, si lo necesito. O sea, si no es de pagar, como había dicho, de que era de pagar un bond, no sé si es solo pagar el bond y también el abogado.
Yes, if I need one, because perhaps I'll just pay the bond, and then after that, if I need one, I'll pay the attorney.
Okay.
She
All right.
doesn't plan
I'll
on
indicate
returning,
here
is
on the
what it
form
sounds
that you
like.
plan on hiring your own attorney.
Muy bien, señora. Entonces voy a indicar aquí en el formulario que está planeando contratar a su propio abogado.
Okay.
Okay.
You
Thank you,
still
Ms.
have to go to
Rivas. That'll
court
be
no matter
everything.
what.
Gracias, señora.
I think she's not going to come back to court. Is what happens. She's going to bond out and just go
Excuse.
somewhere.
I'm not, is that the only, let me check. We may need another one here.
Okay.
Ma'am, can you state your name for me?
This is the last one that requires a return, Your Honor.
Okay. Gotcha.
At least on the email side.
Okay.
Señora, ¿cuál es su nombre, por favor? Oh, I'm sorry, Your Honor, I didn't hear her. Do you mind if I ask her to repeat?
Oh, sure.
Señora, perdón, ¿cuál es su nombre completo?
Marta Ushka.
Marta Usque.
Okay. Ms. Usko, you have been charged with one offense.
Señora Usco, a usted se le imputa un delito,
That is a battery charge.
es de violencia.
The bond amount will be $3,500.
La fianza es $3,500.
That comes with a special condition.
Conlleva una condición especial.
While out on bond, you are to stay away from and have no contact with Cynthia Rivas.
Mientras
Okay,
está
I'm
en
right.
la
So,
fianza, no
real
puede
quick, I'm gonna stop
acercarse
this.
ni tener
This is,
contacto con Cynthia Rivas.
So the battery was between, so the last girl, she couldn't talk to somebody named Urbata, which is this girl, and her name was Rivas. So these two women were fighting each other.
If that prevents you from returning to your home, you can contact the sheriff's office.
Si esa condición impide que usted vuelva a su casa, entonces puede ponerse en contacto con la oficina del sheriff.
The sheriff's office would then schedule an appointment where
La
you could
oficina
go
del sheriff.
to, I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, it's okay.
La oficina del sheriff entonces programará una cita
And they would give you a date and time when you could go to the property and retrieve what items you need while out on bond.
y le dará la fecha y la hora donde usted puede pasar a la propiedad para recoger las pertenencias que necesita.
You would need to schedule that appointment within the first 10 days of your release.
Y tendrá usted que programar esa cita en los primeros 10 días de haber salido de la cárcel.
This is a misdemeanor offense.
Este delito es un delito menor.
Would you like me to schedule a preliminary hearing, or do you want to waive the right to a preliminary hearing?
Quisiera, señora, que yo programe su audiencia preliminar o prefiera renunciar a su derecho a la audiencia preliminar.
All right, who do you think won the fight?
Si renuncio, ¿cómo sería? O sea,
If I waive it, then what would happen?
Then your next hearing would be where you would plead guilty or not guilty, and you would be advised of that date later.
Entonces, la próxima audiencia será en la cual usted se declare culpable o no culpable y posteriormente le va a informar de la fecha de esa audiencia.
Okay. But let's go ahead and schedule a preliminary hearing, and then once you get some legal advice, you can then decide whether to waive it or to go ahead with the hearing.
Pero programemos ya la audiencia preliminar y una vez que usted tenga asesoramiento legal, puede tomar la decisión de que si quiere renunciar a la audiencia o no.
Okay. So I will schedule your preliminary hearing for February the 21st at 8:30 a.m.
Entonces, su audiencia preliminar está programada para el 21 de febrero a las 8:30 de la mañana.
And that hearing will take place over the computer, just like this one.
La audiencia se llevará a cabo por computadora igual que esta.
Okay.
Would you like me to see whether you would qualify for a free attorney?
¿Quiere que yo determine si usted cumple los criterios para un abogado gratis, señor?
Si es que en caso lo necesito, yo le diría a mi familia que me ayuden con eso.
Well, in the case that I would need one, I would ask my family to help me with that.
Okay, so you plan on hiring your own attorney for legal advice?
Está bien. Entonces, su plan es contratar a su propio abogado para asesoramiento legal.
Disculpe, y los 3,500 que tengo que pagar de fianza, ¿tengo que pagar eso enseguida o cómo es eso?
And I'm sorry, Your Honor, the $3,500 that I have to pay in bond, do I need to pay that immediately or when do I need to pay it?
Well, whenever you choose to, really.
Realmente en el momento que usted quisiera pagar.
Y si pago ya la fianza, ¿puedo salir o no?
And if I go
Yes.
ahead and pay the bond, may I get out or no?
Yes, that if the bond is posted, then you would be able to be released from jail.
Sí, señora, si se paga la fianza, entonces sí podría salir de la cárcel.
Puedo, no sé si contactarme con algún hermano yo para poder pagar la fianza, no sé cómo se paga eso. Es que es primera vez que estoy pasando esto, yo no.
May
no
I need to contact a brother of mine to see if I can be bonded out of jail. I'm not sure how this is paid. This is the first time I've had to be with something like this.
Okay, you'll need to speak to the deputies about being able to call your family members.
Sí, señora. Entonces usted tendrá que hablar con los alguaciles para que le permiten llamar a sus familiares.
Ok, entonces en una vez que mi hermano ya pague la fianza, puedo salir y para la siguiente corte tengo que venir para el 21 de febrero.
So once my brother pays the bond, I may be released, and then for the next court date, I have to wait to come to court on the 21st of February.
If you bond out, it would not be on February 21st. You would get a notice in the mail for your next court date.
Si sale en libertad bajo fianza, entonces no tendrá que presentarse el día 21 a la audiencia, sino le mandará por correo la notificación de la siguiente
This
audiencia.
girl is a Oaxacan, I think. She's
Tengo que
short.
presentarme ese día.
And I would have to show up that day.
Yes.
Well, of course.
Ok,
Okay.
entonces voy
Okay,
a-
but I just want to confirm you plan on hiring your own attorney, correct?
Está bien, pero yo solamente quiero confirmar, señora, usted quiere contratar a su propio abogado, ¿correcto? Yes. Your Honor, can you hear me? Because the audio on my side seems to be lagging. Can you hear me okay?
I can, but I just got to notice that our internet is unstable for a second here. So, okay, and that'll be everything for Miss Uzka.
Okay. Gracias, señora Mosca.
Ok, thanks.
Let me check with the on the men's side. Do we have any folks that need interpreters today?
Come on.
And is it on the female side? Is that everyone?
Yes, Your Honor, that's all the people.
Okay, thanks a lot.
All right.
Okay. And Deputy, is there anyone that needs a Spanish interpreter today?
No, not on this side.
Okay, so Ms. Tolles, I think that's everything we need today.
Okay, thank you. You all
Okay,
have a great
thank
day.
you. Thank you very much. You too.
Let's see who's first up.
Who? Oh, that right here. You. You up first.
Come on, let's go.
Sit the back. Tell me your full name.
Okay, can you state your name for me, sir? I'm sorry, can you say your name one more time, sir?
My name is Adiosan.
Adiosan. Okay, Mr. Adiosan, you have been charged with criminal damage in the 2nd degree. The bond amount on that will be $3,000. That comes with a special condition that you are, while out on bond, not to return to the premises at 634 Roy Huey Road in Riverdale. Do you live at that address?
No, I don't live in the address.
Okay. Okay. I have scheduled a preliminary hearing for you on February the 20th at 8:30 a.m. And that hearing will take place over the computer, just like this one. And I have received an application for a court-appointed attorney. Would you like me to review that to see if you qualify for one?
No,
do you plan on hiring your own attorney?
Yes.
Okay, I'll indicate that here on the form. Okay, thank you, sir. That'll be everything.
Man, this is bad audio. Sorry, guys.
All right. Next up, Mr. Brown.
Okay, can you state your name for me, sir?
Taquan Brown.
Okay, can you say it one more time?
Taquan Brown.
Oh, I'm sorry. Look at the wrong one. Okay, Mr. Brown. Taquan Brown.
Yes, sir.
Okay, you've been charged with what's called certain acts in transit at the MARTA station. That bond amount is $1,000. Of a valid ticket.
Sorry, I was trying to fix the audio for you guys.
Day. This is a misdemeanor offense. Would you like me to schedule a preliminary hearing, or do you want to waive the right to a preliminary hearing?
You can schedule one.
Okay. All right, we're going to schedule the preliminary hearing for February the 20th at 8:30 a.m. And that hearing will take place over the computer, just like this one. And I have received an application for a court-appointed attorney. Would you like me to review that to see if you qualify for one?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, I find that you do qualify for a court-appointed lawyer. And I will put in the order this morning to have one appointed to represent you. Thank you, sir.
All right. Can I ask you a question?
Yes, sir.
No.
I'm sorry to ask you this, but is there any way I could get a signature bond on that?
No, sir. I do not have the authority to give signature bonds.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Okay, thank you. Okay, good morning. Can you state your name for me?
Griffin.
All right, Mr. Griffin, you have one charge that is criminal trespass. The bond amount on that charge is $1,500. That comes with a special condition that while out on bond, you are not to return to the airport MARTA station unless you are in possession of a valid ticket or token for travel.
Well, a lot of people gets in trouble at the airport there in Clayton County.
This is a misdemeanor offense. Would you like me to schedule a preliminary hearing, or do you want to waive the right to a preliminary hearing?
You can schedule it.
Okay. We'll schedule your preliminary hearing for February the 21st at 8:30 a.m. And that hearing will take place over the computer, just like this one. Give me just a second.
My St. Bernard snoring over here. See this? I don't like this judge. You know what? I'm probably not going to do this judge again.
Okay, your hearing again is February the 21st at 8:30 a.m. I have received an application for a court-appointed attorney. Would you like me to review that to see if you qualify?
Yes.
Okay. All right. I find that you do qualify for a court-appointed attorney, and I will put the order in this morning to have one appointed to represent you. Okay. Thank you, sir.
Hey, Mr. Mack is next.
Okay. Good morning. Can you state your name for me, sir?
Davis Henderson.
Okay. Quintavious Henderson.
Yes, sir.
All right. Okay, Mr. Henderson, you have one charge. That is battery family violence. The bond amount on that charge is $4,000.
You said what again?
$4,000.
Okay.
There's a special condition that while out on bond, you are to stay away from and have no contact with Gisela Guardado.
Yeah.
This is a misdemeanor offense. Would you like me to schedule a preliminary hearing, or do you want to waive the right to a preliminary hearing?
Yes, sir. You can waive one.
You're going to waive the right to the preliminary hearing?
Yes, sir. You can go ahead and proceed on that.
I'm sorry. Do you want me to schedule the hearing, or
Yes, sir.
schedule? Okay. All right. I'm going to schedule your preliminary hearing for February the 21st at 8:30 a.m. and that will take place over the computer, just like this one.
Okay.
And I have received an application for a court-appointed attorney. Would you like me to review that to see if you qualify for one?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I find that you do qualify for a court-appointed attorney, so I will put the order in this morning to have one appointed to represent you.
Okay.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, good morning. Can you state your name for me, sir?
Terrell is Matt.
All right, Mr. Mack, you have one charge, that is criminal trespass. That has a bond amount of $1,500. There will be a special condition that you are to stay away from and have no contact with the alleged victim. And I understand that is your father. Is his name also Terrell Mack? Is he senior?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. So on the bond, let me put senior on here to make it clear. Okay. So while out on bond or until another judge changes the bond conditions, you're to stay away from and have no contact with Terrell Mack Sr. Do you and your father live at the same address?
No, sir.
Okay. All right. This is a misdemeanor offense. Would you like me to schedule a preliminary hearing, or do you want to waive the right to a preliminary hearing?
Schedule.
All right. We'll schedule your preliminary hearing for February the 21st at 8:30 a.m. And that hearing will take place over the computer, just like this one. And I have received an application for a court-appointed attorney. Would you like me to review that to see if you qualify for one?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. I find that you do qualify for a court-appointed attorney, and I will put the order in this morning to have an attorney appointed to represent you. Okay. Thank you, sir. Good morning. Can you state your name for me, sir?
Cedric Manning.
Okay, Mr. Manning, you have one charge. That is sexual battery. The criminal records index indicates that you were given 12 months of probation back in October from Fulton County State Court. And because this is a felony offense, I do not have the jurisdiction to give you a bond this morning on your charge. Your preliminary hearing is going to be scheduled for February the 20th at 8:30 a.m. And the hearing will take place over the computer, just like this one.
You think that's a weave, or is that his
I have
hair?
received an application for a court-appointed attorney, but it's not filled out. Do you plan on hiring your own attorney?
I wasn't aware that my charge was a felony. I thought it was a misdemeanor charge.
No, sir. It's a felony.
Who said that?
Looking at the
judge
warrant. Looking at the warrant here.
The one he said it was a misdemeanor.
This indicates that it's a felony.
I mean, I was just taking out.
Regardless, you wouldn't qualify for a bond anyway, even if it was a misdemeanor, because it's an act of violence, and so I couldn't give you a bond anyway for it. So, okay. Do you plan on hiring your own attorney?
No.
Okay. Are you wanting a public defender?
No, I don't have a choice.
I'm sorry?
I don't have a choice.
You would like to apply for a public defender?
I can represent myself.
That you have that option. I would not recommend doing so, but you have that option.
I would love to represent myself.
Okay.
It's not very
I'm gonna
smart,
indicate here
bro.
that you'll be representing yourself in your case.
Great.
Okay, thank you, sir.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever
Hey,
heard.
good morning. Can you state your name for me, sir?
Under Turner?
Okay, Mr. Turner, you have been charged with 7 offenses. They're all items
7.
prohibited for possession by inmates charges. These are felony offenses. They each have a bond amount of $5,000. So when we add all of that up, there's 7 offenses. It comes to $35,000 this morning. I've scheduled a preliminary hearing for you to take place on February the 20th at 8:30 a.m. And that hearing will take place over the computer, just like this one. And I have received an application for a court-appointed attorney, but it's not really filled out. Do you on?
Their internet is messing up bad.
You can appoint one.
I'm sorry, Mr. Turner, I didn't hear you. I think my internet may be unstable.
I didn't hear what the question was.
What I was saying then? Okay,
I didn't hear what you said.
One second, I'm getting a notice that my internet is there's a problem on the internet. Okay, can you hear me now?
I can hear you.
Okay, all right. So what I was saying, I received an application for a court-appointed attorney. A lot of it's not filled out. Are you applying for a court-appointed attorney?
Yes.
Okay. Do you currently have a job?
No.
Okay. All right. Do you have any sort of income?
No.
Okay. All right. I'm going to find that you do qualify for a court-appointed attorney. And I will put the order in to have an attorney appointed to represent you this morning. Okay.
Can you read my warrant?
Read your charges to you.
Yeah, my warrant. What
you've been accused of.
Right.
Okay. There's 7 charges of items prohibited for possession by inmates, and that what those charges are 3 full cartons of Newport cigarettes and 4 metal objects made out to be cutting instruments, aka shanks. Okay.
That's all my warrant say?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
All right. Tell me your name. Charles Waters.
Okay, Charles Waters. Okay, Mr. Waters, you have one charge. That's criminal trespass. That has a bond amount of $1,500. That comes with a special condition that while out on bond, or until another judge changes your bond conditions, you are to stay away from the airport MARTA station unless you're in possession of a valid ticket or token for travel on that day. That is a misdemeanor offense. Would you like me to schedule a preliminary hearing, or do you want to waive the right to a preliminary hearing? Okay. Mr. Waters, did you hear me tell you your bond?
No, sir.
Okay, your bond amount is $1,500, and you can't go back to the airport MARTA station unless you have a ticket or a token, okay?
That's fine.
Okay, and do you want me to schedule your preliminary hearing?
What does that mean?
Okay, that hearing is to determine whether there's enough evidence to keep you in jail until your trial. Okay. Okay, so we can schedule the hearing, and then you can talk to an attorney to decide if you want to waive that or not. Do you want to do that? Okay, if you bond out, that hearing is automatically canceled, automatically. So why don't we go ahead and put it on the calendar, and then if you bond out, the hearing would just be automatically canceled, okay? All right, let's schedule you for February the 21st at 8:30 a.m. And that hearing would take place over the computer if you haven't bonded out by that time, okay? I have received an application for a court-appointed attorney. Do you want me to see if you qualify for one?
Okay. Yeah, but I have medical issues. I'm not going through some medical issues right now. That's what I'm trying to.
Okay.
I have blood clots in my legs.
Okay, and I understand you do not currently have a job, correct?
No, sir.
Okay. Do you have any sort of income?
No, sir.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to approve you for a court-appointed attorney, and I will put the order in this morning to have a lawyer appointed to represent you in your case. Okay. All right. Thank you, sir.
You said you don't know. So,
yes.
Do you have Turner's preliminary date?
Preliminary hearing on Turner is. I'm sorry, give me just a moment. February the 20th.
Hey, it's Homie the Clown.
Good morning. Can you state your name for me, sir?
Marcus West.
Okay, Mr. West. It is my understanding that you have been you are being sought by the state of Texas, that they have indicated that they will extradite you. Okay, so what we have to talk about is extradition. Give me just a minute to get my information out here, and I'll tell you some.
All right, I'm gonna end this one right here. He's extradited. There's nothing they can do in this court case. This judge is kind of slow. I don't like the feedback, but it was the only one I found from today. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching this. This is another one in the toilet. And, well, we're going to get out of here, and we're going to work. I just found a whole bunch more judges, you know, so, well, I don't know. I'm going to watch this guy, you know, if something happens with his, you know, we might find something good. But say goodbye to Homie the Clown over there, and hope you enjoyed this. Don't forget to hit that like, share, subscribe button, and leave a comment. That helps me out. Don't cost you nothing. Just takes you a second. All right, guys. Thank you. Have a good night. Or good day, whatever time it is there.